What's going on, guys? John here, and we're back with another episode of the Alaska State Dynasty. And this is an amazing opportunity for us. This is a huge game versus San Diego State. We have the number 10 player in the nation, number 3 in his state of Florida, and the second wide receiver, Dominique Ahmed, coming in for a visit. Um, if you guys watched the last episode, we dropped to number 2 on his board, and I'm deciding it's time to take some drastic measures. We're going to try and switch to hard sell. If that doesn't work, we're going to send the house again because I don't know what else we can do. We've got to try and get in Dominique Ahmed. We've got to visit this week. This is our chance to jump ahead of Florida State again. We have to win. I think it's it's one that we get a lot of points if we win. So it's a huge game. We also have 2 other visitors, but they're not as important because they're not Dominique Ahmed. They're not the number 1 player in the nation. This is a game we can win. 5 overall difference. We're going Blizzard out jerseys. Let me make sure they don't have similar jerseys. Nope, you're going current away option. Just wear something with a black shirt. There. They're wearing black on an away team, but I don't care. We're white out because we can. So, we need to win this game. That's all I can say. Last game was a crushing loss where we had 2 players run into each other on the last play of the game, and we need to rebound from that and win here. All right, here is the offense for San Diego State. And this has just been a ridiculously interesting season, as now they're going to be wide open down there because we start off with the win against FCS Northwest. Okay, that's a big deal. Then we get smoked by Oregon, but we expect to get smoked by Oregon, especially when it's not at home. But then we dominate Wyoming. So, okay, maybe we have a chance to beat some teams here. And then, in the first half of the Oregon State game, it looked pretty good. It was like one score. It was like 6-7, funny number. In the first half, we were leading. And then, they put up 40 points in the second half, and we get embarrassed. Then, we play, let's see, that would make us 2-2. Then we play San Jose State. Okay, maybe we got a chance there. And we just get purely outpaced. It was like a shootout, and our shooting was not as good as theirs. Then, last week, we played, who did we play last week? Somebody. And we basically just, once again, got outclassed. It was just the battle of runs, and at the end of the game, they got a ton of runs. And we had a chance at the very end of the game to score, and that would have given us the momentum, and it was all about momentum. And we just didn't have it. So we lost. As there's a flag, probably roughing the passer. Yep, okay. Is that Javen Augustus? I think it is. Nope, Javion Smith Combs. I could just say it's a guy that's name starts with a J, and I have a pretty good chance because you got Javen Augustus, Javion Smith Combs. George Norija starts with a G, but it starts with a J sound. As Brandon High is now down to the 1-yard line. I think even if this is a close game, we have a chance to stay in. But I just don't see us performing more than that. Especially after how good they look on that first drive, as that's a touchdown for San Diego State. All right, let's see what LaMarcus Brewer has. Last week, he threw for 300 yards, and I think it was 3 touchdowns. We need that again. Plus more, probably. Because with this visit coming in and our defense not looking very good to start the game, we're going to need our offense to just totally dominate. And it's not looking good so far because we're already on a 3rd and 2. And we're going to get stopped. 4th and 2, and this important of a game, we're going for it. You might be asking me, John, why are you doing that? Because I can. It's my series. Bryson Jones, first down. It's my series. I get to choose whether or not I go for every 4th down imaginable. I think in year 1 we led the league or the nation in 4th down attempts by 20 or something ridiculous like that. It was a very high number. And I looked at that and I was like, you know, maybe I should probably not do that as bad. It was still really bad in year 2, but it was better. And I think this year we're doing even better at not going for it on every 4th down because we're actually in some of these games. So it doesn't make sense to just turn the ball over on our own whatever every play. As that's another, oh my gosh, Jordan Houston, I swear you suck. Now we have to punt. We just need to stop. Our offense was embarrassing. Some pretty crucial drops. And now we're not going to be able to stop Brandon High. Nope, I need... Okay. Oh, this is going to be a fun play. 3rd and 2. I'm actually going to pass commit here because I just don't see them rushing again. And it's dropped. What a knockout. And we're forcing a punt. All right, 1st and 10. And we're going to start with another run. And they've got a man completely unblocked. Multiple people actually completely unblocked. Parker somehow gets 2. So that's good. But we need more than that. We need like a 22-yard rush or something like that. We're going underneath Aiden Knoll. Nice juke. And that gets us a 1st. Just we need to gain yards. Me and my stupid quotes. We need to like actually start getting yards like on consistent basis. We can't just like rely on, oh, Aiden Knoll 10-yard catch. Oh, Aiden Knoll 20-yard catch. Like we can't just rely on players getting huge plays. We need to consistently get those 3 to 5-yard gains and not get tackled immediately because my best O-lineman can't hold a freaking block on the O-line. What is happening? Rick Lewis, you are absolute cheeks. As that's the end of the 1st quarter, we're down 7-0, but we need to score. All right, 1st and 10. Going out, Bryson Jones, he's got it. That's the 1st down we need. Bryson Jones, if you didn't know, is very good at playing football. And he does not drop the ball, unlike my number 1 wide receiver, Jordan Houston. When was the last time we had a big game from Jordan Houston? I don't know. It's been a long time. He seems to drop more passes now. The fact that we have Bryson Jones getting in his head, that was probably a throw issue. I think I had Matthias Berger actually open. But now it's... I don't know why I'm running the ball here. 3rd and 6. Jerry and Parker, can you get 6? You can get more than 6. Wish you could have actually kept that burst speed going. But 1st down, Jerry and Parker. That's what you like to see. Now we just need to do that again. As there's Bryson Jones into the 2-yard line. Bryson Jones has just been a weapon. Literally, like he has been our only weapon for the most part. But he has just been so good at getting there as Aiden Knoll has a touchdown. And we're back in this. I guess I'd say back in this. We're tied. If I make the extra. All right, 1st and 10. Can we force another punt like we did on the last drive? Intercepted! Marcus Moon! And it's going to go for 6! Marcus Moon! He was the flamed, and he was the one that we made fun of last season. And now he's making a huge difference. Interception that goes for a touchdown. And he just jumps the route. And, I mean, it was a great block by, I believe that's Tevin Daniels. And Moon just has enough speed to waltz into the end zone for 6. Funny enough, I believe that is our 1st defensive touchdown in the series. I think technically we had the blocked punt that went for 6, or blocked kick that went for 6, but that's technically special teams if we want to play technicalities. So I'm counting that as our 1st ever defensive touchdown. I think it was our 1st ever one, right? I know we got like a bunch of fumbles in one of those games, but I don't think we ever returned one for a touchdown. Then I might be wrong. There was that game that we had 5 fumbles that might have had a fumble 6. But 1st pick 6, I know that. As he's going deep. Testing Malik Moon, and Malik Moon strap him down. Incomplete. We force another punt. All right, 1st and 10. We're going underneath Knoll. Knoll gets a block. Aiden Knoll, he's got the edge, and Aiden Knoll Touchdown! One play is all we needed. And now we are up by 2 scores. 21 unanswered points. And now we just can't choke this in the second half, guys. We love to do that. Let's just not do that. Just keep this going. San Diego State fans are stunned. I'm honestly stunned. I'm trying to be quiet because I have roommates. So I don't want them to be like yelling at me because I'm so loud. I think they're having a poker night or something like that. I don't know. But man, Aiden Knoll. I mean, it's an out route. I may cheese the out routes, but hey, I'm going to cheese them all I can because we're the 59 overall, guys. All right, 1st and 10. Let's see what they have this time. Let's stop them again. And we're going to get a sack on the first play. Antonio Carter gets in there. We just sent an overloaded blitz. They couldn't do anything. The play action didn't help. But now they're deep in the hole. 2nd and 15. I'm pass committing. You're not going to run the ball here. Ooh, that might be my zone. That one's my bad. There's a flag. It's coming back. Let's go. Holding on the offense. That's coming up at the 7-yard line. 2nd and 22. I love that. All right, 2nd and 22. I'm pass committing again. It's probably a bad idea this time. It actually makes sense for them to run it. But let's just tackle him. Okay. 3rd and 8. We can stop him here. This is not an impossible stop. Greenwood, you're going to be a QB spy. I'm going to take Carter. Watch that out. Watch that. Come on, right here. Ah, Malik Moon. He came back to the ball really well. Malik Moon overran it. Ben Scoliosis, or whatever the heck his name said. I'm not reading all that. He makes the catch. Gets the first. Please. No. No. You see, those are the kind of things where I don't know how to defend it. That guy came over the middle of the field, but my zone was that middle. The problem was there was a guy underneath that was wide open. I'm not just going to abandon him and let him make the catch. But my other guys get torched, so it's a lose-lose. Where are you going, man? Oh, okay. That's a touchdown. Some poor tackling, not even just from me. I tried hit sticking. He spun around. There was 2 guys that could have tackled him. Neither one even touched him. That's touchdown. All right, 1st and 10. We'll start with an inside zone. And it'll get 8. That's what I like to see. Just keep giving Jerry and Parker the ball. I mean, I like how he runs. He's doing pretty good so far. Not as good as his, amazing, however many yards it was, 200 yards from a couple episodes ago. But, I mean, still not bad. As now we've got a long developing play, so I'm sure this will go very badly. So we've got Bryson Jones. Oh, my goodness, Bryson Jones. What a catch. A leaping grab for Bryson. And Bryson's just the best player the best receiver in Alaska State history, probably. As that's an poor rush. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. I might try and burn the rest of the clock. Just say, hey, you're not getting another drive. We get the ball at half. So why don't I just kind of chew clock? As solid rush there. I'm just going to put 2 clock on this play. If we don't get it, we don't get it. But at least then we burn some of their clock. 3rd and 8. Going Matthias Berger. He makes the grab. Actually, I'm going to turn 2 clock off because that gets us more time to work with. LaMarcus Brewer's hot. Pause. And now he's not going to be because unblocked man, you know. It's usually what happens. Oh, no, he's still warm. So, all right. We're going to do left side rush here. Side with more yards. Jerry and Parker. It's going to get a little bit shifty. That gets us a 3rd and 2. Honestly, I like it. We're just going to go back to the same thing. Out of the I form as now Phoenix is hurt. That's less than ideal. We're going to go screen pass here. I don't actually like it very much. We got a good block. Jarian Parker breaks a tackle and is in for the touchdown. Let's go, Jarian. All right, 1st and 10. I'm going to pass commit, honestly, because they have 3 timeouts, but they got to get down the field fast. So they go out of the backfield to the running back. They'll gain 3 there. All right, 2nd and 7. Once again, going to pass commit. He's breaking tackles, and that actually is going to hurt them. Waste an extra 3 seconds just to gain the same amount of yards. And now I'm going to do 3 down linemen. No Deontay Big Hill for whatever reason. 1st and 10. They're going to run the ball. I guess on a 3 down lineman set, I don't see why you wouldn't. 16 seconds. Let's go 4 down linemen. Still no Deontay Big Hill. Don't know where that man went. This time I'm going to pass commit. No. Walt Littlejohn pushes him out of bounds. And that leaves 12 seconds. They have 1 timeout. Do not let them get into field goal range. There's a flag. We're seriously going to get... No way. We're getting a roughing on an immediate pass. I'm watching this one. But how bad was this? I swear if it's like he breathed on him. I understand you have to get some penalties. I've upped the penalty sliders to make it more realistic to real life. But let's watch this penalty. Follow the quarterback. Bro, he breathed on him. He literally was in his vicinity. Yep, that's a flag. Hate this. All right. 1st and 10. Going for the tight end, I think. He's wearing 80. No, that's a receiver. But it's knocked out by Underwood. They're going to have to kick the field goal. That's a 53-yarder. Does he have the leg? Kick is up, and it is good. I think there's a second on the clock, but we're going to go into halftime up by 11. All right, 1st and 10. Let's see what we've got. It's Brian Williams right away for the 1st down. I mean, LaMarcus Brewer doesn't have all the yards, but he definitely has the everything else. As now we're going to test Bryson Jones. Jones has it. Another huge play for Bryson Jones. Man, at this point, it's just huck it up and say Bryson Jones is down there somewhere, because he's just always open. As there's Jarian Parker, 1st down run. And it goes for a 1st down. This is a 1st down run on 1st down for the 1st down. Or something like that. As now it's 1st down again. We're going to hand it off again. Great block from Sean William Peterson. We get 6. So you've got a 2nd and 4. Hepburn is in for some reason. Bryson Jones, touchdown. He's in. It was an out route. I don't know if it was actually close. If not, but let's see. It was really close. They're gonna call it. What a catch from Bryson Jones. He's got 100 yards. And it's just a beautiful... I mean, he was double covered, but he had the leverage. I mean, as long as it was a throw that wasn't overthrown, it was going to be a close one. And Jones just makes a good job catching it. And he's on the line. That's a touchdown. All right, 1st and 10. What does San Diego State have for this defense? Really, it's been nothing as of late. So we're going to send Freddie Wayne after him. You better get scared of Freddie Wayne. Freddie Wayne's like that. Freddie Wayne's the best player in football. I don't know, I just really like Freddie Wayne, guys. So we're going to go handoff. And Underwood is going to actually get carried almost to the first down. And I actually like gap press. Give me as many guys in the box as possible. Might be QB sneak. And he is short. We're going to force a punt. Malachi Samuels apparently got the tackle. Wow. All right, LaMarcus Brewer takes the snap, handoff. Jerry and Parker gets blocks, and it's 9 yards. 87 yards for Jerry and Parker. Just what a day for the entire offense, really. And honestly, the defense, too. As Brewer takes the snap. He's going Jones and overthrows him, actually. Interesting. But we had a drive. We had a down to take a shot. Because now we're hopefully going to get the first down here with the Jerry and Parker run. And we do. And now that just leads to us just having more drive downs to play with. I also haven't seen Aiden Knoll in a while. I think apparently he must just be like super tired. Because, yeah, he's just not on kick return duties, punt return duties. And Andrew Hepburn's coming into the game. So I don't know what it is. Maybe wear and tear. He's not on the injury report or anything. Or is it Nick Hepburn? It might be Nick Hepburn. I don't even know what the dude's name is. I don't really like a lot of these plays. We're going to try read option. But I'm going to actually switch it. Because Bryson Jones is going to have something here. No, he doesn't, but I'm going to test another man. It's Jordan Houston. It's incomplete. But yeah, I was going to go for this, whether you told me to go for it or not. I'm trusting Jerry and Parker to gain me 2 yards. And Parker is stuffed. The O-line just completely capsizes per usual. I should have thrown the ball. We're turning it over. And now I'm sure this will completely flip the momentum, and we're going to give up a ton of points. Yep, so that's how it starts. All it takes is one turnover, and all of a sudden I play like I'm Arthur Smith as the head coach of the Falcons when I had Bijan. Actually, he might not have Bijan, but honestly, Raheem Morris even. Whoever's the coach of the Falcons when you have Bijan, Penix, London, Pitts. I mean, you had like the greatest, the most talented college team, or like highly touted offense. Like if you were told that a team had Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Michael Penix, all top 10 picks, and they were mid, no one would believe you. As they tried going for it on 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1 again on a QB sneak, and they get stuffed, and they're gonna have to kick another field goal. This is to make it a 15-point game. It's another 50-ish yarder, 53-ish yarder. He's gonna drill it, but it's still 15 points. That's 2 scores. We gotta score, guys. All right, 1st and 10. We're up by 15. We just need to start gaining yards. Once again, like on a consistent basis, we need to start actually getting the ball down the field, not making mistakes. Just simple plays, get the yards. As 3rd and 1, I'm going to do what they haven't been able to do. I'm going to QB sneak it across. Never mind. I can't switch the play call or the formation, so we're just going to go running back dive. And he's stuffed. We're going to have to punt. You're truly watching a man single-handedly choke a game away this badly. Yep, because that's a touchdown. Unless Marcus Moon. Get him, Marcus. Marcus Moon will tackle him. They're calling hurry up. He ran out of bounds. That should take us to the end of the quarter. At least it should. Yeah. End of the quarter. We're up by 15. We cannot choke this. Seriously, we cannot choke this. That tackle by Marcus Moon, by the way, is amazing. Especially if we can force a field goal. That might be play of the game. All right, 1st and 10. Come on. Let's force another turnover. He's getting rushed. That's intentional grounding. 100%. Why are you not calling that? Georgia Corey with the pressure. Ends up just being a throwaway. All that for nothing. And down he goes. We do end up getting a sack. Javen Augustus. Now it's 3rd and 21. If we can force a field goal here, that would be insanely clutch. And that just shows that Marcus Moon's tackle in the open field was all the more important. Going end zone, intercepted! Marcus Moon! And he's returning it. Marcus Moon, a user interception from the man himself. The touchdown saving tackle, leading to a pivotal turnover on what would have been a touchdown. What a play from Marcus Moon. He tried throwing end zone, and it was overthrown just a bit, and Moon got it for the touchdown. Nope, for the pick. Oh, man. You guys don't understand how important that pick was. Completely steals the momentum back after we have been completely stuffed, basically, over our last 2 offensive drives. It doesn't matter because we got the ball back. As now we're getting hit as we throw. That's going to put us in a bit of a tight situation. 3rd and 7. I actually like Bryson Jones on a slant here. Firing. Got Bryson Jones. First down on 3rd and 7. Bryson Jones has 121 yards. What a game from Bryson Jones. I think I've been saying that a lot lately. But now we're going for Jones again. He's got it again. Bryson Jones. LaMarcus Brewer has found his favorite target. Bryson Jones over his last 2 games has 290 yards. Firing, he's got Parker. That's 4 yards. Better than a sack, obviously. As now we just need to keep working the clock. Keep making smart decisions. No turnovers. I'd rather take a field goal. A field goal sounds really nice to me right now. I'm going to take Workman on a corner route. Firing, Bryson Jones. He does it again. Bryson Jones for the touchdown. And we are going to take a 22-point lead. Bryson Jones. Brewer on the run throws a dart to Jones, and he doesn't have to do anything but just run straight up the field. 4-6, 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. What a game from Bryson Jones. All right, the defense takes the field again, and I think they're just stunned by what has happened. Going deep, out of bounds. Marcus Moon, the man who I flamed so much last season. And then he had that crazy game versus Oregon, but then really didn't do much else. Still kept getting torched. Marcus Moon has just immediately changed the narrative on him. He has now become a hero, honestly. I mean, the 2 interceptions as he's off the field now, probably because he's completely gassed. But 2 clutch interceptions, and now it's 4th and 5. Game on the line. We're up by 22. If they don't get it here, it's the game. They need a first here. As there's a flag that probably was my zone. It's going to be roughing anyway, so it doesn't matter even if he didn't complete it. Less than ideal. Javen Augustus will get the penalty. They're all the way on the 33 now. Yeah, that was probably my bad. I took Moon out of his zone because there was a guy open underneath. That would have been the first. And immediately they tested the zone I was in. Going for Moon, and it's 3! In 1 game, Marcus Moon has 3 picks. No way. You're calling DPI on that? No way. Where was the DPI? There was no contact. Moon was ahead of him. Marcus Moon just got robbed of a touchdown. They take his or a pick. Jeez, they take his pick off the board, completely taking away his what would have been a perfect game. 3 picks in a game for a man that we were flaming for not being able to do any of that. That's a great tackle by Smith Combs. But now they're in complete control. They can do whatever they want, basically. First and goal. And they've got a touchdown. I'm so mad that they called that pick back. It was rigged, basically. There was no chance that was PI. All right, we got the hands team out for the onside kick. And it's immediately recovered. We get the ball. And all we got to do is just run the clock. Make them use their timeouts. As Jerry and Parker don't even need to make him use their timeouts if he just wants to run it in for 6. But honestly, I'm not done. I'm going to keep passing the ball. I'm mad about that. Oh, crap. As that's intercepted. Okay. Well, probably shouldn't have thrown the ball there. I dare you to test Marcus Moon again. He's picking it off. I hope you know. As good first down run. I mean, you're still down by 15. You need to score here. I still can't believe they took away a pick from Marcus. Okay, Underwood, just pick that, dude. Why are you going for the swat? Your hands are right there. It's 3rd and 10. Knocked away. And now it's a 4th and 10. Game on the line here. They have to get it. If they don't get it here, we'll basically be able to run out their timeouts away. They do get it. Good job by everybody to make sure they didn't get the touchdown there. I don't know where Carter, or is that Holland? I don't know where that safety's running. Flag on the play. It's going to be a touchdown. It better be a hold. Yeah, you're going back, bud. Holding on the offense. That'll make it a 2nd and 20 on what would have been a touchdown. The longer the play goes, the more likely we are to give up a touchdown. So I'm going to cover the right side with Atwell. So they're going to get almost all that back. So basically, it's the equivalent of if their first down was a 2-yard gain. And then we're going Tampa 2. They get the first there, calling their first timeout, which means if they give us the ball back, we're going to be able to stop them. Or we're going to be able to basically end the game. 1st and goal. They hand it off. Marcus Moon, the first one there, but the tackle actually ended up going to, I believe that's Underwood. Or is Underwood 24? I don't even remember. 1st and goal. Knocked away. Tevin Daniels. 3rd and goal. What do they got? Need a touchdown. And a 2-point conversion eventually, but pressure. Throwing it away. I was actually going to try and get the sack with Malik Moon. I've been using Malik Moon. I'm trying to get him his 3rd pick. But now it's 4th and goal. Malik Moon's off the field now. Got a man wide open. Touchdown. Guy wide open in the middle of the field. I don't know why we're not covering that. Ben Scoliosis, or whatever the frick his name is, with another touchdown. Basically, this game's becoming close now, which A, means we're not going to get as much of a recruiting bonus if we do end up winning. And B, now means my pick looks even more brain dead. Okay, now we've just got to run the clock. No stupid plays. Like, just smart plays. Calling a timeout. We gained 3. I mean, even a field goal puts this out of reach for him. So, just smart decisions. Don't do anything you wouldn't do in real life. Like, not block. That's usually a big one. Okay. Got a big play. What can we do here? Got to throw it. Matthias Berger. 4th and 3. Are we in field goal range? How far is it? That's a screen pass. It is a 52-yarder. We're just going to punt. Run the clock down. It's not going to auto-run it, so I've got to cut to when it actually goes down, and then we can hopefully stop it one last time. All right, we had a beautiful punt. It is 1st and 10 from the 6. You have to go 94 yards in 24 seconds with no timeouts. He's going to run himself out of bounds. It's a brain-dead play. I don't know what you're doing. Freddie Wayne should get credit with the sack, but he won't. As now it is 2nd and 11. They wasted 12 seconds on that play. And what are you doing? You got to test it at least. All right. Game on the line. Pick this off. They caught it. Of course they did. But we are going to take down San Diego State with the our number 1 recruit watching from the sideline. Wow. Bryson Jones. I mean, he's a wide receiver. That should be exactly what that recruit wants to see. Bryson Jones putting up 160 yards. Honestly, Marcus Moon deserved player of the game. He had 3 picks. It may say he only had 2. He had 3. You can't tell me otherwise. I mean, this was just an amazing game. LaMarcus Brewer, 20 for 28, 285 yards, 4 touchdowns. That pick, that brain-dead pick, I don't know why I threw it. Jarian Parker, 119 yards. What a game. Brewer, 4 yards. Noel had 2 yards and a touchdown. Didn't see him for the rest, half the game. Hepburn had 1 yard. Bryson Jones, 163, 2 touchdowns. 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. Insane. Noel had 66 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown was the last play we saw of him. Parker, 24 and a touchdown. Berger had 21. Williams had 11. No drops, actually. Crazy enough. 8 tackles for Tevin Daniels and Walt Littlejohn. 7 for Smith, Carter, and Underwood. TFLs for Augustus, Carter, Morris, Greenwood, Havner, and Underwood. Sacks for Wayne, Augustus, and Carter. 2 INTs for Marcus Moon. 2 pass deflections for Greenwood. 1 for Daniels, Underwood, and Jaden Smith. And the most important one, touchdown for Marcus freaking Moon, baby. I love it. All right, that was probably the best thing that could have happened for us. Recruit visiting. Man, that was just amazing. Dominique has reached his top 3 schools. We jump ahead of Florida State again. Florida State has their visit. We basically need them to lose their visit. Because if they lose, we have a chance. Marcus Moon, by the way, Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week. Let's go. And Bryson Jones, Mountain West Offensive Player of the Week. We got both Players of the Week. What a game for the Bears. So, now we will see how did everything influence the hard sells also +6. So I guess we're just going to have to hold it +6 and hope that we can somehow steal away Ahmed. We need Florida State to lose. Who do they play week 10? I'm looking at Florida State's schedule. Scroll down to Florida State. Week 10, they play Pittsburgh, who's 5-3. So it's possible. We just need them to lose. So, if you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time for probably the most important week of football will be going on for us, and it's not even for a game of ours. With that, I'll see you.